doing here?
What strict rule did Phoebe Tonkin create when she was on the set of the originals? What was the real reason for Claire Holt's abrupt exit from the originals? And how is Danielle Campbell feeling about her former relationship with Louis Tomlinson and his ex?
We'll be right back after these commercial messages.
Phoebe Tonkin. Given just how much we all love the originals, it's easy to think that you know every single thing about this cast. From their rocky relationships to their controversial careers and sneak paparazzi shots, you'd think you know it all. But it turns out that each and every one of your faves have some serious behind-the-scenes drama which hadn't come to light until now. Like, did you know that whilst on the set of the famous Supernatural series, Phoebe Tonkin discovered a new boundary that she would never cross? Yup, whilst on the show, the brunette star had to reassess how she felt about on-screen nudity and those more intimate moments. The 31-year-old actress said that while she isn't exactly comfortable merely stripping down, she's happy to do it under this one condition. I don't think I would do nudity to be the hot girl or to serve some man's dream something. I'm not against nudity and sexuality if it's for the right reasons, said the actress. And while being on the show helped her find her boundaries, it's also where she experienced serious heartbreak. Tonkin actually met her now ex-beau Paul Wesley whilst they were both filming their respective series at the same studio, and the two fell madly in love. The two dated, gave us all the shipping content of our dreams, and were the ultimate CW power couple. Unfortunately, the two lovebirds later split back in 2017 after being together for 4 years. But looking back on the super public breakup, Phoebe's had a lot of time to heal and is kind of grateful for the breakup, because it allowed her to start focusing on the most important thing in her life, her career, and she's putting her focus on life behind the camera lens. That's right, Phoebe's taking her turn in the director's seat. The actress shared how being in a relationship became a major distraction for her and pulled her away from many of her passions, until she met her current boyfriend, singer Alex Greenwald, who continues to support her dreams. So make sure to show some love for her directorial debut in the short film Furlough, because she absolutely nailed it and we can't wait to see more of her work. Oh, but all of the inspiration didn't end there. Last year, Phoebe launched Les Jours, a fashion brand born in the era of biz leisure, and it's totally fabulous. But while we were all obsessing over Phoebe's directorial debut and new clothing line, we had to say goodbye to the next person, Claire Holt. We don't know about you, but we're still recovering from when Claire Holt decided to leave the originals. It was oh so sudden, dramatic, and downright unexpected.
It's been such an amazing journey, and we would not be here without you, and your love and your support and your kindness does not go unnoticed.
But now she's spilling the tea on why she decided to say goodbye to her character Rebekah McKelson, especially since everyone thought it was because of some serious beef between her and the show's writers. But there was no drama at all. Sorry. Turns out that after her 16-episode contract was up, Holt wanted to focus on spending more quality time with her family and loved ones. Being a character on the originals meant jet-setting all over the world to film, attending hundreds of international press conferences, and ultimately being far from home, when all she desperately wanted was to be back with her family. But Claire would later reveal that starting a family of her own would be one of the most heartbreaking experiences in her life. The originals actress sat down for a chat with 60 Minutes, where she recalled how she went through a devastating miscarriage.
When I had my miscarriage, I was desperate to find anyone who I could relate to, and
Claire and her husband, Andrew Joblin, now have 2 children, James and Elle. The actress shares how she needed to give herself time to get through her postpartum anxiety, and how it's important that we break the stigma around the struggles of being a mother. And while we definitely miss seeing her as Rebekah, we totally think her best role yet is being a mummy. But it seems that Claire wasn't the only one focusing on her loved ones. So was her co-star Danielle Campbell.
I think a lot like Davina, I'm kind of still coming into my own, and she's still figuring out who she is and who she can trust.
Danny's went from playing the young girl in the attic, desperate to know more about the outside world, to avoiding all scandals in the public eye. But unfortunately, that would prove to be a pipe dream, as everyone was fixated on her life given her super famous ex. Does the name Louis Tomlinson ring a bell? Yup, Danielle dated the former One Directioner, and the two were totally loved up. Unfortunately, their relationship ran its course, with sources saying there are no bad feelings. But their breakup was only just the start of all the drama. It seems that even a few years later, Danielle's fans are remembering the beef that she got into with Louis' ex, Brianna Jungwirth, over Twitter. Brie took to the popular social media platform to take a jab at Danielle, tweeting, "You can pretend all you want, but you will never be my baby son's mother." Now, she didn't directly name Campbell, but fans were quick to make the connection. In fact, according to TMZ, Louis had filed for joint custody of their son after Jungwoo denied him access to Freddie, allegedly based largely on her jealousy issues over his relationship with Campbell. Fans are now asking how Danielle feels a few years after the whole debacle went down, and it looks like she's taking the high road and looking back on the tweet with zero bitterness. In fact, she took the opportunity to praise Brianna as a mother.
Louis and Brianna have done a great job raising him, and he's one of the most special little boys, so they've done a great job, and he's stunning. I mean, he's got beautiful parents, so hard to argue with.
And it seems like that was the end of the drama for Danielle, who's choosing to keep a pretty low profile when it comes to her relationships now. But one quick look at her Insta page and you'll see that she's happily dating the Purge star Colin Woodall. And we love when these two share adorable snaps of each other.
Best girlfriend ever.
No, it's crazy. It's actually crazy.
Teamwork. Get in there.
Thankfully, it seems that her co-star is also sharing a new love in his life. Joseph Morgan.
Didn't go as planned.
Oh, the man we just love to hate. With his devious smile, charming accent, and piercing eyes, it's easy to see why we were all happy to be under Klaus's spell. Even when he wasn't always the good guy, we couldn't get enough of his character. Well, everyone except Joseph Morgan. We hate to break it to all of you Klaus Mikkelsen fans, but you won't be seeing your fave character again. Yep, despite being a huge part of the entire franchise, Joseph let fans in on a secret. He won't be returning, because he doesn't want to mess up his box set. Joe shared that he has the originals box set on his shelf, and it's a 5-set DVD that outlines Klaus's entire story. I just feel like to come back as a ghost or a flashback or something. For me, that journey, that story has ended. But it turns out that fans weren't the only ones annoyed by his decision. Apparently his decision to leave the Vampire Diaries caused a little drama too. Ian Somerhalder opened up about he and co-star Paul Wesley were upset when they heard that Joseph was leaving the show to go star on the originals. Klaus really ticked me off because he left and went and got his own show. Rude! Oh my gosh. By we I mean Paul and I, were so bitter with the originals because we lost all of these amazing actors, shared Somerhalder. And while we all lick our wounds over Joe's decision to say goodbye to Klaus, it seems the 39-year-old actor still enjoys reminiscing over his time on the show. Oh, you know, with the help of a certain stolen prop.
Take the coin.
What?
Yep, turns out that Joe has some sticky fingers as he happened to nab one of the famous gold coins. Now, if you're a real stan, you'll remember his golden selection and its place in the originals mythos. So we kind of get why he'd want to keep him. Danielle Gillies.
What's a bad boy? Like, how bad is he?
Playing Elijah Mikkelsen, the person who spent 1,000 years trying to keep his family together and Klaus on the path to redemption, it was clear that Elijah was definitely one of the more noble but emotionally tortured characters on the show. But it seems that while he was sneaking into our hearts on screen, behind the scenes, hearts were definitely breaking. After 15 years of marriage, Daniel and his wife Rachel Lee Cook filed for divorce, and the real reason behind their split is finally coming to light. According to the two actors, every moment of their attention, time, and energy either went into raising their children or their careers and never into their relationship. But there is no drama between these two exes, who are now happily co-parenting their two children, Charlotte and Theodore. Oh, but there definitely is love in the air for Daniel Gillies. We don't know if you heard the news, but he has a new leading lady in his life, Julia Misaki. She's an international model and cellist. And the two seem to be going strong and avoiding any drama, just like Charles Davis is. Charles Michael Davis. It seems that the only drama Charles has is with the film industry. Davis is calling out casting directors for not pushing for inclusivity in both TV and films. The 36-year-old actor shared how upsetting it was growing up and never seeing people that looked like him on screen, especially given the fact that he's half black and half Filipino. It really helps to see the reflection of yourself. It takes one to show the rest of the world that they can. I hope to see more programming, more shows, shared the actor. But he did more than just share how he felt about pushing for diverse castings. He also heard about fans of the show making their guesses on who they think Davis had the most fun kissing on the show.
And you guys have been sending in Twitter questions.
And he was more than happy to share who he enjoyed sharing a good old lip-locking session with.
Is it right? That's right, I am.
Though many of his on-screen relationships hit rough patches, his character Marcel isn't shy when it comes to showing a little affection. So, whom of his castmates was his best kiss? Well, Davis shared that his absolute favorite was with his former co-star Claire Holt. He added that she is, quote, an excellent, excellent kisser. And we love to hear it. But we want to know what surprising cast drama surprised you the most. Let us know in the comments section below, and as always, thanks for watching.